Sometimes the person you swear to protect from heartbreak is the very one you end up breaking with your own hands. That's exactly what I did. I shattered every promise I ever made to the one man who loved me unconditionally, and in the process, I destroyed the life we had built together. This isn't a story about being betrayed. It's a story about being the betrayer, and realizing the cost of my actions far too late. I met Marcus when I was 22. He wasn't flashy or mysterious. He was steady, dependable, the kind of man whose smile could make you feel safe instantly. After a year, we moved in together. 3 years later, we were married. For nearly a decade, our lives were woven tightly together. We dreamed of owning a home, raising children, traveling the world. He worked long hours in finance while I built my career in marketing. Through everything, we supported one another. I always said Marcus was my anchor, the calm in every storm, and he truly was. Which is why what I did feels unforgivable. It started slowly, almost innocently. A new creative director joined my firm. His name was Adrian. Unlike Marcus, Adrian was bold, unpredictable, full of energy that lit up a room. At first, I told myself I was only intrigued, that it was harmless. But in reality, the danger began the moment I stopped comparing every man to Marcus. I swore to myself I'd never cross a line. I loved my husband. I believed in our vows. But when Adrian began working late nights with me, our laughter echoing in the empty office, I felt myself slipping. His presence was intoxicating. The first time his hand brushed mine, I felt an electric jolt. I pulled away immediately, terrified by how much it affected me. I promised it would never happen again. That was my first broken promise. Weeks later, I let him kiss me. That was the second. And the night I ended up in his apartment after a work celebration, I shattered the last promise completely. I told myself it was a mistake, just once, a terrible lapse in judgment. But once turned into just one more time. And before long, months had passed. I was living two lives, Marcus's loyal wife at home, Adrian's secret lover in the shadows. What haunts me most is how normal everything seemed at home. Marcus never suspected. He still kissed me goodbye every morning. He still asked about my day, still looked at me like I was his entire world. And I smiled back, letting him love a version of me that no longer existed. The guilt ate at me, but my addiction to Adrian was stronger. Every day I thought about ending it, but the moment I saw him, heard his laugh, felt his hands, my resolve melted. I crossed boundaries I once believed I never could. Then came the day everything unraveled. Marcus surprised me with a weekend getaway to the mountains. He said we'd been too busy lately, that he missed me, that he wanted time for just the two of us. I should have been overjoyed. Instead, I panicked. I already had plans with Adrian. So I lied. I told Marcus I had an unavoidable work commitment. He looked disappointed, but didn't argue. That night, as I dressed to meet Adrian, Marcus kissed my forehead and whispered, "I just want you to be happy. That's all I've ever wanted." I nearly broke down right there. Later, at Adrian's apartment, I heard the front door open. My stomach dropped when Marcus walked in. He had followed me. The look on his face is burned into my memory, shock, confusion, then devastation. It was like watching a man watch his entire life collapse. He didn't yell. He didn't rage. He simply said, "So this is why you didn't want the trip." His voice was quiet, broken. I tried to speak, but what words could erase what he had just seen? He left without another word. The days that followed were the darkest of my life. Marcus moved out. His family cut ties with me. Friends I'd known for years stopped calling. And Adrian? He vanished the moment things got difficult. No calls, no texts, nothing. He didn't love me, he loved the thrill. I was left in silence. Silence in our house. Silence on my phone. Silence in my heart. I kept replaying everything. The night Marcus kissed my forehead, the way he looked at me when he caught me, the promises I made on our wedding day. "I'll never hurt you. I'll always be faithful. I'll love you forever." Words I had thrown away for fleeting excitement. The worst part? Marcus never confronted me again. He didn't scream, didn't demand answers. He simply filed for divorce, signed the papers, and disappeared from my life. His absence was louder than any anger could have been. Now, a year later, I sit alone in the shell of what used to be our home. The walls echo with memories of a life we planned but never lived. I see him everywhere, in the photos I can't bring myself to take down, in the empty side of the bed, in the garden he built for us that I no longer tend. I broke my own promises. And in doing so, I lost the one person who truly loved me. I destroyed the trust we built, the future we dreamed of, the family we might have had. And the bitter truth is this: I can't blame anyone but myself. Sometimes I wonder if Marcus has found happiness again, if he's met someone who cherishes him the way he always deserved. I hope he has. He deserves peace, love, and loyalty, all the things I failed to give him. As for me, my punishment is simple. I get to live with the knowledge that I ruined everything we built. Not because someone betrayed me, but because I betrayed myself. Promises are easy to make when life is calm. But their true weight is tested when temptation arrives. And I failed that test. I didn't just betray my husband, I betrayed my own values. And that's a cost I will carry forever.